What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Muns Monday. If you're new here, welcome to the Muns channel. And if you're a returning Munster, welcome back, because without you, I'd have no other reason to do this. So today, I am joined by Michelle. If you remember, she was featured in my Burning My Friends challenge, and she's back again. Today, we are going to be doing the truth about Jake Paul McDonald's mukbang. But before we get into that, I want to remind everyone that I have a few giveaways going on. As always, you can check out how to enter those in the description box below. For videos like this and a whole lot of other stuff, you can subscribe to my channel and be sure to hit the bell icon so you always know what's up and what's going on. So like we said, today we are doing a McDonald's mukbang, and we are going to be spilling some tea on Jake Paul and the Shane Dawson series. So let's get right in. I'm super excited.
I'm so excited. Yes. I'm starving. I've been telling him for like 10 minutes that...
We gotta start the whole video. If you don't know, Shane Dawson, if you don't know, you haven't been on the internet ever. But if you don't know, Shane Dawson just recently started a documentary series, as he normally does, talking about Jake Paul. And it started off essentially trying to prove whether he is or isn't a sociopath, and kind of breaking down the reasoning and the logic as to why he behaves the way he does. And so today we've always wanted to do a mukbang, and McDonald's is like our life. It's like a Matt Michelle McDonald's mukbang. So
Triple M.
Yeah. And it's 4 M's. So today we're just gonna talk about it. And you know, the series, to me, it started off okay, right? Mm-hmm. You know, he had to get out some of the outline and how he's going to set it up, and the preface what was going to be going on. But I think the last couple of episodes have really turned it up a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah.
If those of you who don't know, who haven't seen it, he kind of, the first episode he does all this research, and the second one he actually talks to a licensed therapist. So he's not like, he's not like, looking this up on WebMD. He's like, yeah, he's probably a sociopath.
Right.
Like, he's getting and seeking counsel of someone who actually is a legit therapist.
Yeah.
I've been interested from the beginning, so.
Yes.
Because I followed him for a very, very long time, and I like a lot of his videos.
We're talking about Shane.
Yes. I followed Shane for like ever. And so I've always been interested in all the series that he's done and all of his videos. So this one was interesting to me because I've never really been a fan of Jake Paul. I don't know if you've been a fan of Jake Paul. I don't think.
No, I was actually going to say, I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple months ago, I actually did a truth about a truth about Logan.
Really?
Yeah, and so this was after the Suicide Forest incident.
Yes.
And so I've never been a fan of either of the Paul brothers. I've always thought they were very annoying, all the way back to the days on Vine. I was never entertained by them, never. I never thought they were funny. I always thought they were very annoying. I always thought they were very obnoxious. So, admittedly, I was pretty excited that he was doing a series on Jake, because I was like, down with Jake Paul. Like, I was ready to see him just roast and tear him apart. I must say, and internet forgive me, but I feel like my opinion on Jake is changing.
And I don't want to say that, but mine is too, because like going into it, like I knew who he was. He has songs, and my little brother has listened to his songs.
Which are horrible, by the way.
Yes. No,
sorry, Jake. I don't know.
My little brother has watched the Disney Channel show that he was in on TV, and I just
thought
that? It was called Bizarre Bart. It was about two girls that had an internet company, kind of like YouTube almost. I never thought he was funny, even back on Vine. I was just kind of like, no, this is not happening. But this series and how in-depth Shane goes into Jake's life and interviewing Jake and seeing Jake day to day behind the camera when the camera's off is very different, and I'm kind of like, I didn't realize that he was normal.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people didn't either. And I know when Shane announced that he was going to be doing this series on Jake, a lot of people were like afraid of this. They were like, I don't want to like him. I don't want my opinion of him to change. And I think that's pretty shady. Like, I feel like when evidence is there and you really get to see somebody's heart, and Shane does a really great job of capturing genuineness, of 100%. People. So, a lot of us, I believe, set out to hope that he was going to expose exactly who we thought Jake to be, right? But I went into it also with the open mind that no matter what, who he was would be shown, And so I'm pleasantly surprised by what we've been able to see. And yeah, I feel like my opinion is changing. He seems like a pretty nice person. If Jake was who he is, I would be subscribed to him. You know, I'd follow him. But like Team 10 and all that kind of stuff, like that really annoys me. Like I'm not entertained by that. Maybe I'm not 10, and that's why it's not.
That's
and like,
probably why.
because didn't he say that? He's like, his target audience is like 8 to 15 or something like that. I'm like, that's very weird. Like, I don't know. To me, that's just weird.
I kind of went into this series, I didn't know how I was going to feel. I was just kind of like, I know that Shane does a really good job of, like Matthew said, not exposing, but showing people's genuine sides when their cameras turn off. And he's done a very good job of that so far. You're able to see different sides of Jake. Like, they all went to Walmart and they were getting ready to leave and their battery had died. So they were talking to a fan and they got their fan's dad to jump them. And his interactions with the fans, he was so...
To jump the car, not them.
Yeah. His interactions with the fan was so sweet, and all these people kept coming up to him, and he was just like, yeah, I'll take a picture with you, yeah, I'll talk to you. And even with his girlfriend, Erica Castell, like...
Stan. Well, staying on Erica for a second, I really like her. I mean, I know I have a different opinion, I guess, but I really like Erica. I think she's really nice, and, like, I didn't know really anything about Jake, or I just didn't care enough to ever watch his videos because of everything that I saw. But, like, Alyssa Violet, she just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, she always gave me, like, a creepy feeling. Something about her just looks really shady. I don't know.
I didn't really know of her until this series. As I choke on my
Irrelevant.
I would always kind of see her and like, oh, people you should follow, and I was kind of like, I don't know who this is. I don't know. She kind of seemed kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's too much shady stuff that's happened between her and Jake. Like, he shaded her in his "It's Everyday Bro" music video, and then Logan responded, and he brought her into it, which Jake and Alyssa had broken up, so Logan brought Alyssa into his music video.
Which is so weird.
And
it's so weird.
Yeah, and it was just, I watched it today. We both watched it today, actually. And it was like the strangest thing. Like, if you guys are brothers and that close, that's just something that you don't even touch. You don't even...
No. Like, I'd be devastated if my brother did that to me. You know what I mean? And I would hope that he would want nothing to do with me if I ever did something like that to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, there's just certain lines that you, like, don't cross.
I don't know, that rubbed me the wrong way, like, really weird. And I think that this series, actually, technically before the series, I always grouped them together. I never really could tell the difference because I didn't really care. So Logan and Jake were the same person to me. If one Paul brother did it, then they're both horrible people by definition. And I think this series has kind of opened my eyes to see that Jake is his own person, and he's always been living in his brother's shadow, which sucks because you can't be your own person and you're always behind whatever that person does. So positive or negative, you're going to benefit or it's going to be bad for you. And I think that this series, we all thought that, you know, Jake Paul's going to be a sociopath. He does all this crazy stuff, and, you know, he lit his pool on fire, you know, whatever. He does all these pranks. And I think we're seeing that it's not really him. So now I'm, like, curious about if Logan, if we can even go there, what his diagnosis, I guess, would be. Because with the music video and how aggressive it was, and just... I don't know. That seems pretty heartless to do.
I don't even want to talk about him. There's certain lines that you don't cross as friends, as brothers, as whatever, and that's not fake. Like, even Nick Compton, you know, he said, like, the rumors about Logan and Alyssa weren't fake. Like, they actually happened, you know. That's not for YouTube. That's not for a show. That's not for TV views. Like, yeah, that's real. That's beyond the context of what you see online. You know what I mean? That's messed up. Going back, my head looks really small when I'm back here like this.
It does. It doesn't look proportional.
No. Going back to your question, how do I feel like the series is going to end? Well, going off of what Shane has shown, episode 7 is supposedly the interview with Alyssa, and it appears that there's some bombs to be dropped, right? and I'm just curious to see, you know, where the credibility is. Someone now we can't just blame Logan, because Alyssa, like I said, who rubs me the wrong way, it takes two to tango. So she willfully threw herself at him as well, and so there's part of me that almost says she's not even a credible source to hear anything that she has to say. Episode 7 is gonna be interesting. I am curious. I think the episode that I'm most anticipating is the last one, because it's with Jake, and it's with just like a raw, at least that's right, it's the last, yeah. So it's raw, it's stripped down, it's just Shane being able to talk to him and pick his brain and hear out his heart and everything. What I'm curious about. Okay, so hold on, yeah.
I wasn't even trying to do that.
What I'm curious about is that I can't ignore the rumors that he cheated on Erica.
I didn't know that.
Really? Yes. So he's cheated on Erica. It's been on the internet, and it happened like a month ago. So I'm curious: is that in the confines of this video, or is that this documentary, or did that happen after the filming? Or now I'm like, it's like you gained all this like factor back for me, and that just like
knocked you back down.
Knocked you back down, you know?
I'm like curious to see, because like you said, the next episode is with Alyssa Violet. I'm curious to see if Shane tells her that Nick Crompton has already been interviewed.
Is that his name? What did I say?
But I'm curious to see if he tells her that, because I wonder if he'll tell her maybe at the end, because if I'm doing it, I'm kind of just gonna see what the person says to me before they find out that I've already talked to people and I've already kind of got a few different sides of the story before hearing theirs. And if it lines up, then it lines up. If it doesn't, then it's out there. It's kind of exposed. So yeah,
if he's smart, he'll be quiet about that.
I think so. Okay, so what do you think about his dad?
I think his dad is creepy.
I think his dad kind of stresses me out, because...
Why does he live there?
He lives in the bus.
What?
He lives in the bus.
He does?
Yeah.
What?
It's renovated into like an RV kind of thing. And he like drives it around and he lives in it sometimes.
That makes it worse.
It is kind of creepy.
It is creepy.
Like, I think that... Oh, God.
No, you go ahead.
Thanks. So... in the very beginning, I don't remember which episode it was, but we got to watch we got to watch Jake's Draw Your Life, and you see that his parents are divorced. And
okay, you went, wait, this was in the documentary? It was?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed this.
Yeah, you did. So they talk about how his parents are divorced and how his dad and mom, you know, try to push them to be the best that they can be always, to try to be the best. At the time they played football, and his dad was the coach.
Oh.
So that's already kind of like a interesting dynamic.
Yep.
So his dad would record them playing, and they would watch it back at home, and like he would tell them how to improve. So that's already a stressful situation in and of itself. And I think that when the dad moved in, and then shortly after Nick Crompton moved out, it was just another way to kind of like manage Jake, you know what I mean? And Jake can't like be his own person and have this business, because Teen Time is a business.
It is a business.
He can't have his own business, and his dad's like taking it over and doing his own thing, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't know, that's really stressful to me. Like, a certain kind of parents, or certain kind of kids,
it was loud, and I was like, yeah.
Certain kind of kids and certain kind of parents can't work together. Like, I work with my mom, you work with your parents. We can do that, you know? Sometimes it doesn't work out like that, and I feel like this is a situation where it doesn't work out because the dad's gonna take everything over, and he's just kind of gonna go off into the deep end of things.
Yeah.
I think that from what I've seen in the documentary, that Logan and their dad, Greg, are the most similar, and Jake is the most similar with his mom. They kind of have that gentler heart, while the other two are more aggressive, angry, break stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like when you have a parent that appears to be not as like well off as your kids. Like, I feel like that's also just an open door for you to take advantage of them, essentially, you know, and of the situation and whatever it may be.
He's just kind of like a weird guy, you know? Like, even when they were describing in the video, like, his dad was there, but then he wasn't, and then Shane was asking his cameraman, Andrew, he was like, did we even see the dad? He was like, Andrew was like, he was there, but then he wasn't anymore, and I was like...
It was weird. This whole documentary has been interesting for me, too, because I was never a fan of Shane Dawson. And...
This is true.
Yeah, and it started, I guess, my interest or likingness towards him started with the Jeffrey documentary, because I like Jeffree Star. And so I was, of course, curious.
Right.
And Shane is, I think he's very funny, so it's changed my opinion on him, you know. I love his faces and the things that, it reminds me of myself, you know, a little bit. Like, I love the facials, and I love, you know, his humor. The editing, yeah. The interaction with him and Andrew is just really cool, so. And I just like, I've always liked documentaries, you know. I've always been a fan of, like, the making of and stuff like that. So to have that is like, okay, I kind of like this, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's about people that are, like, relevant,
exactly. And I think that because it was so hard because you didn't like Shane Dawson and neither did my best friend. She didn't like Shane Dawson. So I'm like, these episodes are coming out and I'm like, I have no one to talk to about this because all of my friends hate him. So, and then he texted me one day. He's like, hey, are you watching the series? And I'm like, of course. I've got the post notifications on just like you should have for next video. So go click the bell right now.
Shameless plug.
And it was kind of cool to see you kind of go, okay, this is actually pretty cool. So, I mean, nobody has to like all of his videos, but to see a different side of someone, because like nobody's really doing this, I don't think. Nobody's going
No, it's like one of a kind.
Asking these hard questions. Because as much as they have fun and as much as they do cool stuff, he does sit down with them and he asks them, basically, why are you the way that you are?
Yeah.
You know?
If you could tell Shane who you want to feature, who you want to be featured in this next documentary, who would that be? And why? And then elaborate.
I'm going to say Jaclyn Hill.
I don't know who that is.
Jaclyn Hill has her original palette that she collabed with.
Okay.
With Morphe. It's a makeup company. I'm just going to say it from the ground up. And it's beautiful. It's pigmented. I believe there's 35 different little hands and shadows and things like that. And that was released like 2
Was it the one you got for Grace?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's weird that I know that.
Yeah, that is a little weird. I know. She recently, in June or July, this summer, she announced that she was doing another. Stop it! She was doing another collaboration with Morphe, and it was called The Vault, and it was 4 individual palettes. And there's like 10 shades in each palette. Okay. And it was released, and they were just garbage. Like, they were just patchy and crappy. And in her video where she swatches them herself. Patchy? So like not a lot of density in the. Okay. So when you swatch shadows, it should be able to go on smoothly, and you shouldn't be able to see your skin underneath. Right. Yeah. And it was like you couldn't. All the beauty influencers were, you know, reviewing it, and they're saying this is doesn't work, swatch well on the skin, doesn't blend well on the eyes. And then they took it back in, they re-released it, and the same thing happened. What? And then she released another brush collection. So I think that I would want it to be Jaclyn Hill just to see what happened for real with the collection, why it was released twice, and why they were both bad. And she was like telling people, oh, scrape off the top bit. Well, if I buy something, I don't want to have to destroy it to make it work. It should work on the first try. And just kind of her past and different things like that, because she's been shading the past, so. Kind of get inside her head a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. My answer to that would be the Dolan twins. And it's not because I love them, because I do. Right. But because I'm, what'd you say? Grayson's the love of my life. Grayson's awesome. Ethan's awesome too. I feel like they are, and they have been like an onion almost, and they used to be just. Are you using a Shrek reference right now? Yes. They used to be very characterized, like very over the top, almost like how Jake is on camera at 21. That's how they started, but they've outgrown that in a lot of ways. Like, I don't know if you guys watch the Dolan twins, I'm sure you do, but their videos kind of are, can I use the word more mature lately? Yeah. Like it's just more this. It's like sitting down and discussing things and talking, and
you know, maybe that is because they have like James and Emma and they have like different friends and
Right.
you know, I don't know, but I would love to kind of just like follow that like rise, not fall, but like the rise, the evolution of the Dolan twins. Like that'd be a great series, the evolution of the Dolan twins. Like
I mean,
how they started, how they got to where they are, why they almost quit, if they ever thought about quitting, and how they re-inspired themselves, and yeah, and you know, Ethan I think has a lot more walls up and is a thicker skinned person. Grayson, you see a lot of the sensitivity that he has, and he's a bit more open, I think, more hard on his sleeve kind of person.
Yeah.
So to see like interviews with Shane and them separate from each other would be really interesting, and I don't know, I think just to like see them exposed, just their heart, you know what I mean? Okay. Of course I love them, and so I'd love it for that reason, but that I think that would be just like really interesting to see, you know,
for sure, how
they overcome challenges and things like that. Make it happen, Shane.
I mean, contact us because we kind of copyright.
I will literally carry your equipment around. Like,
no, I'm not gonna do that.
I will, just to be on set and just to like be with him through the whole process. It'd be amazing.
100%.
Like I will carry your equipment around. I will get you. I will fetch you Diet Cokes for myself because oh my god, that'd be amazing.
It would be so
Take
fun.
me with you.
I've been subscribed to him for about 5 years, and
Let me get my chicken out. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing a McDonald's mukbang and ASMR. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hi, how are you? All in all, I'm excited to see this documentary come to a head, you know, and I'm excited to really just, like I said, I'm anticipating the 8th episode the most, because I'm just ready to see Jake just, you know, stripped down and able to just talk, and
100%.
And Shane's going to ask the questions that need to be asked, and it's going to be good, and I think no matter what, it's good for Jake because he's been able to have a platform to say what like, you know what I really like is that he hasn't come in here to be like, oh, I'm gonna show people, like, you know what I mean? It's just like very open and just very, and I just really hope that the whole like Jake cheating on Erica thing isn't real.
Yeah.
It's like bad and old.
I'm sorry?
It's like bad and old. Not good and fresh. Well guys, thank you so much for watching my very first mukbang here on the Matt Muns channel featuring Michelle. If you liked it, maybe we'll do it again. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below if you enjoy mukbang. And who even like verified that's what this actually is? Like, what if somebody just has a sick name and we just all believe that's what
I was gonna look it up.
No, I don't want to.
Oh,
I'd rather just say mukbang and be inappropriate.
Oh, okay.
And if you're watching the Shane series on Jake Paul, let me know in the comment section below as well. What do you think is going to happen? What's your opinion of Jake? Is it the same? Do you like him? Do you not? And what do you anticipate is going to happen? Let's go so far to say, tag Shane and Jake in this video. I would love to see what they have to say about our little mukbang bong boom that we did. For videos like this and more, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday and sometimes throughout the week when I'm feeling inspired. As we mentioned before, be sure to hit the bell icon, choose all notifications so that you know as soon as one of my videos goes up. And until next time, guys, I love y'all and I will see you really, really soon.